Hi, this is Second Readings by Andre, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Today we're talking about Nostradamus again. One of my favorite guys. Edgar Casey is another one. And there's a couple that I like to read and do my research on. So Nostradamus, I believe in one of his quatrains, was speaking. Okay, I remember this a couple years back, where NATO will be collapsing in this time period. And people go, well, maybe. But I saw on the news a short little news story. I forget where I saw it, but it was quick. Little news story that I saw, and it quickly vanished from YouTube. But it was very quick. And it was talking about where NATO may not have the money to survive and keep up with their military expenditures, which is very interesting. I guess Nostradamus was correct. And it does make sense in this day and age where NATO may not have the money to continue what they're doing, okay? Especially against somebody like Russia, who may or may not really be a threat. And I think Edgar Casey explained it, where even though Putin is no angel, he brings common sense to the table. And he maneuvers around NATO with very little problems. So, and it also makes sense where all this money's going. The economy's pretty much done at this moment in time. It's only being kept afloat by the Fed, by the repo markets, putting money in every night. It's been a couple months now that they've been putting money into the banks to keep their head above water, which affects the entire planet. We have to remember that all economies around the world are interconnected. And of course, the EU is having financial difficulties. Germany's having financial difficulties right now. So their money is losing value. Okay? So they're going to have to make this decision. Do they want to keep NATO at full strength? Even with, for the longest time, the United States was flipping most of the bill. There's probably a reason why the other countries weren't putting up their share, is probably because they don't have the finances like the United States, since the United States has their Ponzi scheme with the petrodollar. That's why the United States is such a rich country, is for the longest, well, it's still going on, but you have to use dollars or petrodollars to buy oil from any other country from one another. Okay, it's the global financial thing. They're quickly losing that, but it's still their Ponzi scheme. You need American dollars to buy anything from any other country. It's called the SWIFT system. But it's going to have its toll once everything starts collapsing financially. The United States will be the last to collapse. It's always the smaller countries that start collapsing. We're seeing it in Venezuela. We're starting to see it in Germany. We're starting to see it all over the little countries are starting to collapse until you get into the bigger economy, which is the U.S., which with its Ponzi scheme keeps everything else going, and then it'll finally collapse under its own weight. So I guess Nostradamus was correct. NATO will collapse. Interesting. I'd like to thank everyone that's been donating down below. Remember to get your 15 to 35% off Amazon purchases also down below. Remember to check out my Patreon down below as well. And remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future.